It started like any other day on one of television's most beloved quiz shows. The lights were bright, the audience was buzzing, and the familiar energy of quick questions and even quicker answers filled the studio air. But beneath the surface of all that excitement, something unexpected was quietly unfolding. Something that would soon have fans talking, guessing, and wondering what really goes on when the cameras aren't rolling. Because when it comes to Bradley Walsh, things are never quite as ordinary as they seem. For years, he's been the heartbeat of the show. His quick wit, infectious laughter, and ability to turn even the most nerve-wracking moments into pure entertainment have made him a fan favorite across generations. Contestants step onto that stage expecting a quiz, but what they get is an experience, one filled with humor, warmth, and those unforgettable moments that only Bradley can create. And that's exactly where the story begins. Behind the scenes, Bradley is known for something very different from the calm, composed host viewers see on their screens. Off camera, he's playful, spontaneous, and always ready to crack a joke, even at the most unexpected times. Crew members have often hinted that keeping a straight face around him is nearly impossible. He's the kind of person who turns a simple rehearsal into a comedy show and a serious moment into something lighthearted and memorable. But sometimes that same playful energy can stir up a bit of chaos. There have been whispers, nothing official, just quiet chatter among fans and insiders, that his on-set antics occasionally go a little too far. Not in a harmful way, but in the way that makes everyone pause, laugh, and then try to get things back on track again. Imagine trying to film a tense quiz round only for the host to burst into laughter mid-question because of something completely random. That's the kind of unpredictability Bradley brings. And honestly, it's part of what makes him so loved. Still, as with any major production, timing is everything. There are schedules to follow, scenes to capture, and a whole team working behind the cameras to make sure everything runs smoothly. When things drift off course, even for a moment, it can create a ripple effect. So naturally, when fans started hearing rumors about trouble behind the scenes, curiosity took over. Was something serious happening? Had Bradley crossed a line? Or was this just another case of his playful personality being misunderstood? The truth, as always, is far more interesting than the headlines. Those who have worked closely with him often describe him as the kind of person who brings life into every room he enters. He doesn't just host a show, he connects with people. Contestants who arrive feeling nervous often leave smiling, laughing, and feeling like they've shared a special moment with someone genuinely kind. There's even a certain charm in the way he interacts with players. A teasing comment here, a supportive word there. It creates a dynamic that feels less like a competition and more like a shared journey. And sometimes that chemistry leads to moments that feel almost magical. Not in a dramatic way, but in those small human interactions that make you smile without even realizing it. It's the way he laughs at a contestant's joke, even when it's not perfect. The way he leans into the moment, turning a simple exchange into something memorable. The way he brings out the best in people, just by being himself. And maybe that's why the idea of him being in trouble feels so surprising to fans. Because for many, Bradley isn't just a host, he's the soul of the show. But let's be real for a moment. Every great personality comes with a little bit of unpredictability. That's what makes them stand out. That's what makes them unforgettable. And in Bradley's case, it's exactly what keeps viewers coming back for more. Think about it. How many quiz shows can make you laugh out loud while also keeping you on the edge of your seat? How many hosts can balance humor and tension so effortlessly that you forget you're even watching a competition? That's not something you can fake. That's something
And yes,
that comes
sometimes
naturally.
that natural energy leads to moments that don't go exactly as planned. There are stories, lighthearted ones, about retakes caused by laughter, about moments where the entire set had to pause because Bradley couldn't hold back a joke, about contestants who ended up laughing so much they forgot the question entirely. But instead of being a problem, those moments often become the highlights. They're the clips people share, the scenes fans replay, the memories that stick long after the episode ends. So when rumors start to swirl, it's important to look beyond the surface. In the world of entertainment, stories can grow quickly. A small moment can turn into a big headline. A simple misunderstanding can become something much more dramatic than it really is. And sometimes what's described as messing around is actually just someone bringing joy into a high-pressure environment. Because let's face it, filming a show like this isn't always easy. There's pressure on contestants to perform, pressure on the crew to keep everything running smoothly, and pressure on the host to hold it all together. And maybe, just maybe, a little bit of laughter is exactly what's needed. That's what Bradley seems to understand better than anyone. He knows when to keep things moving. He knows when to lighten the mood, and he knows how to turn an ordinary moment into something special. And that balance, that mix of professionalism and playfulness is what defines him. So while the idea of drama might grab attention, the reality is something much more positive. It's about a host who genuinely loves what he does, a person who doesn't just show up to work, but brings energy, personality, and a sense of fun that can't be scripted. And that's rare. In a world where so much feels predictable, someone like Bradley stands out. He reminds us that it's okay to laugh, to be spontaneous, to enjoy the moment even when things don't go perfectly. Because sometimes, those imperfect moments are the ones we remember the most. And as fans continue to watch, support, and celebrate the show, one thing remains clear. Bradley Walsh is a huge part of what makes it all work. Not just because of his role, but because of who he is. So the next time you see him on screen sharing a laugh, teasing a contestant, or turning a simple question into a memorable exchange, remember this: that's not messing around, that's magic. And it's the kind of magic that keeps millions of viewers coming back episode after episode, smiling all the way through. If you've ever enjoyed one of those moments, if you've ever found yourself laughing along or feeling connected to what's happening on screen, then you already know the truth. Some people don't just host shows, they make them unforgettable. And Bradley Walsh is definitely one of them. So stay tuned, keep watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts, because in the end, it's the fans who keep the conversation alive. And with a personality like this at the center of it all, that conversation is never gonna get boring anytime soon.